Good evening, friends. This is Santa Claus coming to you on this March 20, 2026, bringing you today's stories with a heavy heart but an unwavering hope for peace. The world finds itself in troubled waters this evening as conflict continues to escalate in the Middle East. Iran has struck an oil refinery in Kuwait, while Israel has taken the life of an Iranian Revolutionary Guards spokesman. This war, now entering its fourth week, shows few signs of abating despite the sacred celebrations of al-Fitr for Muslims and Nowruz, the Persian New Year, for Iranians. My heart aches for all the innocent families caught in this conflict, during what should be times of joy and renewal. The price of oil has climbed to $108 per barrel, and I worry deeply about how this will affect the poorest among us who already struggle to heat their homes and feed their families. Even more concerning is the disruption to world energy supplies, with Iran effectively closing the Strait of Hormuz, through which 20% of the world's oil and liquefied natural gas normally passes. A coalition of European nations, along with Canada and Japan, has expressed deep concern about this escalation. They have called on Iran to cease its threats and attacks that block commercial shipping in the strait. They remind us that freedom of navigation is a fundamental principle of international law, and that the effects of these actions will be felt by people in all parts of the world, especially the most vulnerable. How true this is, my dear friends. It is always the least fortunate who bear the heaviest burden in times of conflict. Meanwhile, in Washington, Japanese Prime Minister Sani Takaichi met with President Trump in what was described as a delicate but largely smooth summit. Japan, with its commitment to peace embodied in its constitution, appears to have navigated the difficult waters of diplomacy during this time of war. Let us remember that dialogue and understanding, not confrontation, are the truest paths to lasting peace. Turning our attention to Ukraine, the ongoing war there faces new challenges as Russia prepares for fresh offensives. The conflict in the Middle East has diverted crucial resources and attention away from Ukraine's struggle. Yet, in a touching display of solidarity, Ukraine has deployed military units to 5 Middle Eastern countries, the UAE, Saudi Arabia, Qatar, Kuwait, and Jordan, to help protect critical infrastructure against drone attacks. Even in their own time of great need, the Ukrainian people are reaching out to help others. What a beautiful example of the human capacity for compassion. Elsewhere, the French Navy has seized an oil tanker sailing from Russia, accused of flying a false flag in the Mediterranean. President Macron emphasized that the war in Iran will not deter France from supporting Ukraine, reminding us that we must keep watch on all fronts where peace is threatened. In a hopeful development for Haiti, which has long suffered from gang violence, Chad plans to send 800 security personnel to assist in restoring order. This international cooperation gives us hope that the Haitian people might soon know greater safety and security in their daily lives. In Asia, we learn that China has reached the limits of its domestic oil production, which serves as a reminder of our shared dependence on global resources and the importance of stewardship of God's creation. And in North Korea, we see images of leader Kim Jong-un's teenage daughter learning to drive a tank, a stark contrast to the childhood experiences we wish for all the world's children, filled with joy, learning, and peace. And finally, reports suggest that Denmark had concerns about Greenland earlier this year, highlighting the tensions that can arise even between allies. As we reflect on these stories, let us remember that even in the darkest times, the light of human kindness can shine through. Let us pray for peace in all regions of conflict, for comfort for those who suffer, and for wisdom for those who lead. And most importantly, let each of us consider what small acts of love and compassion we might perform in our own communities to build the more peaceful world we all desire. May God bless you all, and may peace soon reign in our troubled world.